Ladies and gentlemen, grab your phones, turn up your volume, and cancel whatever plans you had because this just flipped the entire internet on its head. Papoose has been hospitalized. No, this isn't a drill. No, it's not a movie. This is real. And the man behind the brutal beatdown, none other than Eazy the block captain. The same man Remy Ma was caught sneaking around with while still married to Papoose. Now, pause, take a deep breath, because what we're about to tell you will make your jaw lock like Claressa outside that ER door. Eyewitnesses say the fight didn't just start, it exploded. Tables flipped, blood spilled, cameras rolling, and when it was over, Papoose was stretchered out, and Claressa Shields, the undefeated champ herself, was seen crying, screaming, and banging on the hospital doors like her life depended on it. So, the question is, was this revenge, a setup, or did Eazy finally snap after months of being the other man in Rhee's wild rollercoaster of betrayal? You want truth? You want dirt? Stay right here because what happens next will ruin friendships and careers, and possibly land someone in jail. It all started with a stare. Not a shove, not a shout, just a silent bone-cutting stare across the room that felt like a gun going off in slow motion. A room full of celebrities, influencers, and ego the size of a stadium. And yet, the only thing anyone noticed was Papoose locking eyes with Eazy, the block captain, and that woman both men once fought for. Yeah, Remy Ma wasn't even in the room. Let's rewind. This beef didn't come from nowhere. It brewed like old tea on the back burner. Sour, bitter, and just waiting to boil over. For months, fans had clocked the weird tension. Eazy throwing cryptic IG stories. Papoose showing up solo at events Remy was supposed to host. Claressa Shields, the Gwat herself, suddenly getting caught in the middle, dropping little #loyalty. Captions that had TikTok detectives foaming at the mouth. And Remy, quiet. Too quiet, which in this world means something's definitely up. Now, fast forward to 3 nights ago. A so-called industry dinner at an upscale rooftop in Brooklyn. This wasn't no Applebee's. This was high-level NDA only. No cameras, Alistairs and sunglasses at night kind of vibe. But what happened that night should have stayed behind closed doors because not only did someone record the entire build-up to a brutal fistfight, but they also leaked it to a blog that has now been taken down twice by cease and letters. Luckily, we saw the footage first. Let me paint the scene. Papoose walks in solo. Eazy's already seated with a few faces from the battle rap circuit. There's no handshake, no nod, just silence. Papoose walks straight toward Eazy. The air turns thick like everyone knew something was coming, but no one was ready for how bad it would get, and then boom, Papoose swings. Yes, he threw the first punch, but what happened next? Nobody expected. Eazy didn't stumble. He didn't back up. He snapped. One witness told Scoop Bazaar exclusively, "Man, Eazy must have been training with Claressa or something because he moved fast." It wasn't even a scuffle, it was a takedown. Chairs fell, drinks spilled, plates shattered, and Papoose was flat on his back within 10 seconds. Another guest who wished to remain anonymous added, "It was like watching someone's uncle get jumped by a trained fighter." Papoose tried to get up, but Eazy slammed him again hard, and I swear, the whole rooftop went silent. People didn't know whether to scream or record, and of course, someone recorded. The video that hit the web shows security finally intervening, pulling Eazy off a barely conscious Papoose. You can hear someone yell, "Call an ambulance. He's not breathing right." And that's when things got even messier, because right at that moment, a black Escalade screeched up to the curb. And who jumps out? Claressa Shields. Y'all, she wasn't even supposed to be there, but somehow she knew. Somehow, she showed up right after the fight, like she had been watching a live stream of the disaster. And her reaction? Phew. One server described it like this. She jumped out like she was in a title match. No makeup, no shoes, just raw panic. When she saw Papoose on the ground, she screamed like, I've never heard a woman scream before, and I've seen fights. I've seen celebs cry, but this was different. Another witness said she dropped to her knees in the ER parking lot, crying, pulling at her own hair, yelling, I told him not to come. I begged him. This wasn't supposed to happen like this. Fans who had previously doubted the chemistry between Claressa and Papoose suddenly changed their tone. Twitter was flooded with posts like, wait, Claressa really love him, FR, she ain't acting, that's pain. Nah, she crying like she the wife, not Remy. Let's not forget Remy Ma hasn't made a single statement, not even a prayers, up post, radio silence. And in the absence of Remy's voice, guess whose words are starting to sound more real? Eazy's. Remember when he went live last month, drinking out of that infamous karma mug and saying, some men talk, some men just react. You play with fire long enough, you get burned. People thought it was about his rap opponents. Nope, he was sending a message, and now Papoose's fractured ribs and bruised ego are the punchline. The emergency room report confirmed the following injuries. A mild concussion, 3 cracked ribs, a broken molar, severe bruising to the upper spine, internal bleeding under observation. Yep, this wasn't a scuffle. This was an ER-level beatdown, and guess who stayed with Papoose in the waiting area until 4 a.m.? Not Remy, Claressa, and that's when the whispers began. Was Remy setting Papoose up this whole time? Did she know? Eazy would snap. Was this a revenge plot gone wrong? Or worse, did Claressa know too much and try to stop it too late? The next 24 hours were chaos. Before the blood on the rooftop even dried, and while Papoose was still in a hospital bed hooked up, 2 IVs and vitals, the internet exploded. Hashtags like #PEPooDown, #Eazy swung first, and most shockingly #Remy set him up started trending across TikTok, Twitter, and Clubhouse like wildfire. But where was Remy Ma? Not a single tweet, no Instagram post, not even a burner account responding with fake news, and that silence spoke louder than a confession. Because, as fans dug deeper, more receipts started surfacing. And baby, what they revealed made this whole fight look like a premeditated trap. Let's start with the leaked voice note. An anonymous account claiming to be a former assistant of Remy Ma dropped a screen recording of a voice memo, allegedly sent by Remy just 2 days before the rooftop dinner. The voice sounds eerily like hers. Here's a transcribed snippet. Honestly, I told him not to show up. I warned him Eazy ain't in the mood no more. If you want to act bold, he gone. Get checked. I'm done saving him. Yep, I'm done saving him. The internet lost it. One Twitter user posted, Remy knew exactly what was about to go down and let it happen. She didn't stop it. She served it on a silver platter. Another wrote, if this was chess, she sacrificed her king to protect the other side. But it didn't stop there. Screenshots from Remy's private burner account surfaced, all allegedly verified by a Reddit mod who matched IP. Logs to her public profile, the screenshots showed her liking tweets, shading Papoose, retweeting Claressa's opponents, and even following an Eazy fan page under the handle @NotThatRemy though. What's worse, one of the leaked DMs from that burner read, he still thinks I'm loyal. LOL, can't fix stupid. Now whether that message was actually about Papoose or someone else is still up for debate, but the public already made up their mind. In the world of social media, perception is reality. So by the time Claressa was spotted leaving the ER in tears, hoodie up, trying to avoid paparazzi, it wasn't just sympathy she was getting, it was a full-blown army of support. Memes flooded. In Remy, sipping wine while Claressa cries at the hospital. Papoose face with head bandage. Remy woman, in lotus position. Eazy boxing glove. Claressa loudly crying face. Black love was a scam, and we all got finessed. And just when people thought they had seen the worst, a second clip dropped. This one was shorter, but far more damning. In it, Eazy is sitting in the back of a car, face slightly bruised, shirt undone, smirking at the camera. And what does he say? Told y'all, I don't just battle with bars. I finish what other people start. Boom. That line hit like a bullet to the Phantom's heart, because if that's not a confirmation that this fight was pre-planned, we don't know what is. Now, here's where it gets even wilder. Remy was allegedly on the guest list for the rooftop dinner, but pulled out at the last second. Why? According to an insider who worked the event, she texted the organizer saying, too much energy in the room, I'll pass. Too much energy or too much guilt. Because, let's not forget, Papoose was the one who stood by Remy while she was incarcerated, who raised her son, who turned down industry offers to protect her legacy. And now he's in a hospital bed while the woman he loved is ghosting his whole existence. But wait, it gets even messier. Enter Claressa's voicemail. Sources close to the situation say Claressa left a series of voice notes to one of her closest boxing friends, and one of them allegedly leaked. In the note, she says, I tried to warn Remy this would happen. I told her months ago, you're playing with two men's pride. That never ends well. She laughed in my face. Yep, laughed, and now nobody's laughing. In fact, some insiders say Remy and Claressa haven't spoken in over a month. Ever since the infamous baby shower fight where Remy allegedly accused Claressa of playing stepmom too soon. And let's be real, the signs were always there. Remy stopped tagging Papoose in posts. Eazy and Remy were spotted at a Netflix event last month. Papoose was wearing a wrist brace 2 weeks before this dinner. Claressa wiped every selfie with Remy off her IG grid. This wasn't just a one-night fight. This was months of buildup, secrets, resentment, egos on steroids, and now, the whole house of cards is crashing. At this point, fan theories have become full-on documentaries. Some claim Eazy was manipulated into fighting Papoose to ruin his clean image. Claressa was emotionally played by both sides. Remy orchestrated the dinner as a final test to see who really cared about her. Or worse, this was a twisted PR stunt. On Too Far, one TikToker with over 300K followers posted a now viral breakdown titled, Remy Ma, the mastermind of her own downfall. In it, she connects all the dots. The burner accounts, the secret calls, the leaked ring cam footage from Rhee's house, showing Eazy leaving at 3 a.m., and the final nail, an email from a hospital staffer, again, unverified, claiming that when Remy was told about Papoose's condition, she said nothing, just stared at her phone and walked away. Now look, We don't know what's true anymore. What's real, what's just internet noise, but what we do know is that Papoose is hurt. Eazy's smug, Claressa is shattered, and Remy is suspiciously calm in the middle of a Category 5 emotional hurricane. By the time the sun came up, nothing was the same. Papoose lay silent in a hospital bed at Brooklyn Methodist. His face swollen, his ribs wrapped, his dignity shattered. Claressa Shields had left the hospital only after security convinced her to rest. Eazy was nowhere to be found. And Remy Ma still MIA. Not even a check on him, phone call. But what happened in the next 48 hours? Took the scandal from just another celebrity fight to a full-blown legal and emotional catastrophe. Let's start with the police report. Brooklyn PD confirmed they were reviewing footage from the rooftop event, including security tapes and viral clips circulating online. Eazy, the block captain, is now officially under investigation for aggravated assault. Not only that, but multiple attendees have been subpoenaed as witnesses, including at least one celebrity who was allegedly close enough to get blood on his shoes. One officer told Page 6 off the record, "This wasn't a bar fight. This was a violent, calculated incident with injuries that could have ended a man's life." And here's the kicker: Papoose is refusing to press charges. That's right, even after suffering multiple injuries, the man still won't speak to authorities. Why? Sources close to him say he feels betrayed, humiliated, and broken, but doesn't want to give the media the satisfaction of seeing him look weak. His exact words, allegedly, "Let the world see what loyalty costs. I'm not dragging him to court. I'm dragging myself back to peace." Oof, now that's pain. But while Papoose stays silent, his family is not. His sister, known for staying off the grid, posted a scathing Instagram story calling out Remy, saying, "You let that man bleed in the street like a stranger. After everything he did for you, you're dead to us." Even Remy's own fan base seems divided. Her last Instagram post, a casual selfie posted just days before the fight, was flooded with comments like, "So you let Eazy do him like that?" and said, "Nothing. That's the man who held you down in prison. Cold. This ain't hip-hop. This is heartless." And as if things couldn't get messier, Claressa Shields, the woman who cried outside the ER like her soul had left her body, broke her silence. In an exclusive last-minute interview with Hot 97, she didn't hold back. This wasn't just about a fight. This was about pride, betrayal, and watching someone you care about walk into a war zone without backup. "I told Remy weeks ago, if you keep playing both sides, someone's going to break. And guess what? It wasn't easy. It was Papoose." She went on to say, "I love that man. I still do, but I'm done watching people break him for sport." And boom, internet blown up again. Twitter in flames. Reddit on fire. YouTube reaction videos. A whole new category of chaos. But wait, it gets deeper, because according to sources at the hospital, Papoose asked staff to block Remy from visiting. You read that right? She apparently tried to come by on day 2, but security had clear orders. If Reminis Mackey shows up, do not let her through those doors. Staff said she waited in the lobby for 17 minutes, then stormed out after muttering, "He always got to make it dramatic." And if that wasn't bad enough, just hours later, Papoose's daughter posted a cryptic TikTok dancing to Beyoncé's Sorry with the caption, "He don't love you like I love you. Bet you'll regret it." Yeah, this ain't just drama anymore. This is multi-layer betrayal with bonus trauma. Now, let's talk about the restraining order. Yes, it's happening. Sources close to the family say Claressa Shields has consulted with legal teams to file a temporary restraining order against Eazy, not out of fear, but out of overwhelming pressure from fans and internal management. Basically, her team doesn't want her anywhere near Eazy again for the sake of her image and her emotional safety, a publicist told Scoop Bazaar anonymously. Claressa's crying. Papoose is broken. Remy's silent and Eazy. He's tweeting lyrics like it's a mixtape promo. It's disgusting, but don't think Eazy's done talking. Last night, he went live again, smug as ever, sipping Hennessy with the caption, "Y'all mad I finished the verse, y'all skipped." People were begging for Instagram to suspend him, even Fat Joe jumped in the mix. During a live stream with Angie Martinez, Joe looked straight into the camera and said, "Papoose is a real one. Always has been. This was coward stuff. I don't care how hard you rap. You don't do that to family." And then there's Remy. Still, no official statement, no podcast rant, no apology tour, but insiders say she's planning something big, like documentary series with exclusive footage. Big? Apparently, a camera crew was following her in the weeks before the fight. Sources say she's sitting on over 30 hours of footage, including private convos with both Eazy and Claressa. The series is allegedly titled Love, Loyalty, and Lies: The Remy Ma Story. And if that's true, this whole scandal might just be the trailer. One producer from VH1 even hinted, "What if I told you this wasn't the end, but the beginning of something bigger than love and hip-hop ever dared to show?" So, what does this all mean? Is Remy planning to profit from the pain she helped cause? Is Papoose truly done for good? Will Claressa walk away or step back in with boxing gloves and a new kind of fire? And Eazy, is he the villain or just another pawn in a twisted love story none of us saw coming? One fight, one moment, one punch that turned hip-hop's most respected couple into a battlefield of betrayal. Papoose, hospitalized, humiliated, and holding on to whatever piece he can find. Claressa, heartbroken, emotionally wrecked, and preparing for legal war. Remy, cold, calculating, and possibly documenting the whole thing like it's a TV arc. And Eazy still out here acting like he won a title belt. The internet's not going to forget this one, and neither will the people who thought Black Love was bulletproof. Stay tuned, because the court cases, interviews, secret recordings, and potential comeback stories are only just beginning. This is Scoop Bazaar, and we'll be here every step of the way, exposing the lies, the love, and the legendary fallouts. So now the question is, where does everyone go from here? Papoose might be healing physically, but emotionally he just got crushed by the two people he trusted most. Claressa Shields might be the GW in the ring, but outside that hospital, she was just a woman watching her man get destroyed while the world filmed it for views. Remy Ma, she's either the mastermind or the ghost in this whole twisted opera. Statement, no sorrow, just silence. And Eazy, the block captain, he's smiling, sipping, and tweeting like none of this ever mattered. Like Papoose was just another lyric to be bodied. But you watching this right now, we want to hear from you. Was this a setup, or did Papoose walk into a trap with eyes wide open? Was Eazy defending his name, or was this a calculated hit with Ree's silent approval? And most importantly, who's really heartbroken here? Remy, Claressa, or us for believing Black Love would last? Jump in the comments and let us know what you believe. We're watching, we're listening, and trust us, we're not done, because this is only the beginning. Like this video if you're still in shock. Hit that subscribe button if you want the truth no one else is bold enough to tell. Turn on those notifications, cause the next leak, the next betrayal, the next breakdown, it could drop any minute. This is Scoop Bazaar, where the truth ain't filtered, the tea ain't cold, and we always spill it raw.